The story of the Patayan people is a fascinating journey through time, spanning nearly a millennium of human ingenuity and adaptation in the harsh yet beautiful landscapes of the American Southwest. From approximately 700 AD to 1550 AD, these remarkable people created a vibrant culture that flourished along the Colorado River and its tributaries, leaving behind a legacy that continues to intrigue and inspire us today. The term Patayan comes from the Hualapai language, meaning old people. It's a fitting name for a culture with deep roots in the region, though it's important to note that this is an archaeological designation rather than a name the people would have used for themselves. The Patayan cultural area stretched across a vast expanse of the Southwest, from Phoenix to San Diego, Las Vegas, to the Gulf of California, encompassing parts of Arizona, California, Nevada, and even reaching into Baja California. The Patayan were true masters of their environment, adapting to life in one of the hottest and driest regions of North America. Their territory included a diverse range of landscapes, from the lush river valleys of the Colorado and Gila to the arid expanses of the Sonoran and Mojave deserts. This environmental diversity necessitated a range of survival strategies, making the Patayan culture a fascinating study in human adaptation. Along the rivers, the Patayan practiced floodplain agriculture, taking advantage of the annual inundations to nourish their crops. They grew corn, beans, and squash, the famous three sisters of Native American agriculture. However, unlike their neighbors, the Hohokam, who developed extensive irrigation systems, the Patayan relied primarily on the natural flooding cycles of the rivers. This approach required less infrastructure, but demanded a deep understanding of the river's rhythms and the ability to adapt quickly to changing conditions. In addition to farming, the Patayan were skilled hunters and gatherers. They harvested wild plants, especially mesquite beans, which were a staple of their diet. Fishing was also an important part of their subsistence strategy, particularly in areas near Lake Cahuilla, an ancient body of water that once filled the Salton Basin. The Patayan developed specialized techniques for desert survival, including the ability to locate and utilize scarce water sources. One of the most distinctive aspects of Patayan culture was their pottery. Archaeologists recognize three main types of Patayan ceramics: Lower Colorado buffware, Tizen brownware, and Salton brownware. The distribution of these pottery types closely follows the geographical divisions of the Patayan world. Lowland Patayan along the rivers, Upland Patayan in the mountain regions, and Salton Patayan around Lake Cahuilla. Lower Colorado buffware, in particular, is a hallmark of Patayan culture. Made from fine, buff-colored riverine clays, these pots were crafted using the paddle and anvil method. The pottery was primarily utilitarian, with simple designs, but it speaks volumes about Patayan technological skill and artistic sensibility. The fact that different Patayan groups produce distinct pottery types using local materials demonstrates their adaptability and connection to their varied environments. Another fascinating aspect of Patayan culture is their rock art. The Patayan are perhaps best known for their intaglios or geoglyphs, enormous figures and geometric designs etched into the desert pavement. These remarkable works of art, some visible only from the air, have captivated researchers and the public alike. While their exact purpose remains a mystery, they likely held deep spiritual or ceremonial significance for the Patayan people. The Patayan were not an isolated culture. They engaged in extensive trade networks, exchanging goods with cultures as far away as the Pacific coast in central Mexico. This trade brought exotic items like shell jewelry and possibly even macaws into Patayan territory, enriching their material culture and connecting them to the broader Mesoamerican world. The Patayan also had significant interactions with their neighbors, particularly the Hohokam. Evidence suggests that Patayan potters sometimes use clay sources in Hohokam territory, indicating a complex relationship of exchange and interaction between these cultures. As we move through the Patayan cultural sequence, we see evidence of expansion and change. The Patayan tradition is often divided into three phases. Patayan I, from AD 700 to 1050, saw the emergence of pottery using agricultural communities along the Colorado River. During Patayan II, from 1050 to 1500, Patayan material culture spread outward to southern Nevada, western Arizona, and to the Salton Sea. Patayan III, from 1500 to 1900, witnessed the coalescence of large populations near the confluence of the Gila and Colorado rivers and the continued movement of people up the lower Gila River. One of the most intriguing aspects of Patayan culture is their housing. Unlike their neighbors who built more permanent structures, the Patayan often lived in temporary shelters that left little archaeological trace. Early Patayan sites contained shallow pit houses or surface long houses consisting of a series of rooms arranged in a line. Later sites show loose groupings of varying house types, reflecting a more mobile lifestyle. This adaptability allowed the Patayan to move with the seasons, following resources and adapting to environmental changes. The Patayan cultural pattern also included unique ceremonial structures. Some sites feature large circular clearings believed to be dance platforms, suggesting a rich spiritual life. The Patayan also created trail shrines, small rock cairns placed along travel routes, possibly as offerings for safe passage through the harsh desert landscape. As we approach the end of the Patayan cultural sequence, we see the impact of European contact. The arrival of Spanish explorers in the 16th century marked the beginning of profound changes for the indigenous peoples of the Southwest. However, many aspects of Patayan culture persisted into the historic period, forming the basis for the lifeways of modern, human-speaking peoples such as the Quechan, Mojave, and Cocopa. Today, the legacy of the Patayan lives on in the cultures of their descendants and in the archaeological record they left behind. Sites like Gila Bend and Painted Rock Petroglyph Site offer glimpses into the rich cultural heritage of these ancient people. The story of the Patayan is a testament to human resilience and adaptability, a reminder of our capacity to thrive even in the harshest environments. As we face our own environmental challenges in the 21st century, perhaps we can draw inspiration from the Patayan. Their story teaches us about the importance of understanding and adapting to our environment, the value of cultural exchange and diversity, and the enduring power of human creativity and resilience. The Patayan may be those who have gone, but their legacy continues to shape our understanding of the American Southwest and the remarkable cultures that have called this region home for thousands of years. As we continue to study and learn from the Patayan, we gain not just knowledge of the past, but insights that can help us navigate our present and future. Follow Adventure Seeker's Paradise for more incredible journeys into the depths of human history and culture.